Yo, what's up, people? How are you all doing? Hello, welcome in. Hope you're all doing well tonight. Hello, who we've got here? So be alright. With me a second. Hello, Anton, welcome back. Alright, there we go. Alright, thank you for the likes, people. Nice one. Thank you very much. Hello, Finn. Hello, Lo. How you doing? No, I'm not just modding people up randomly, like, no. But welcome in anyway. Hello, Matt Street. Good to see you. So, yeah, so basically, so I was watching this video talking about stocks. Hello, Pakistani. How you doing? I'm from the UK. What about you? Obviously from Pakistan, I'm guessing. But yeah, thank you for the likes. Let's like the live. 15 people here. 3 likes. Come on, let's do this. So yeah, basically the stock market. Yeah, is it really a good time to get into it? I don't know. He was saying about there's like could be a crash in the economy, and yeah, so I'm wondering what you guys think. Hello, Shannon. How you doing? Welcome to my live. So yeah, there's always like this imminent crash, and it's like yeah, it could happen, but maybe it won't happen for 10 years. Who knows? By then, you could have made quite a few dividends on your portfolio. But let's say like the S&P 500, it returned for like the last century on average about 10% per year. Hello, Ethan. How you doing? So it can be a good long-term investment if you're looking to invest long term. Maybe if you're trying to invest short term, then it's not the best. But long term, it can really be possibly quite lucrative if you've got enough money. But yeah, it could be more lucrative than say putting it into a bank. But yeah, anyway, I hope everyone's doing well tonight. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Share the live if you can. Not saying anything of Dale tonight. Wonder where he is. Let's just do some more of the half squats. We're seeing people. Hello, Jack. Hi, we're in the UK. My mother's garage roof has unfortunately blown off. It's terrible. Stay safe. Seems like we've got past the worst of it today, but not as bad as it were yesterday. At least where I am anyway, but yeah, it's been pretty bad. Yeah. I was out in it yesterday. It was absolutely horrible. Hello, Kate. How you doing? Welcome in here. Hope all is well. Share the live if you can, guys. Subscribe if you're new. Anyway, what's up, people? Has anyone seen my last video? What you think of my last video, but yeah, check it out when you get a chance. Yeah, thank you for the 4 likes, people. Is everybody all right tonight? Everybody had a good day? I'm gonna just go back in the other room, I think. Yeah. Welcome in, everybody. How you all doing tonight? Where is everybody? I've seen the last video, push up, huge improvement. Oh yeah, let's just, I was trying to just go more for like, slower reps. And, yeah. Sometimes I do slower reps, but yeah. I don't really like necessarily doing super slow reps, but I mean, if you're trying to like build the chest, it can be beneficial, but I don't know if it really makes that big of a difference. Because if you say doing like faster reps, then I think that going to failure is the most important thing, but I mean, I could be wrong. Like if you get to failure on both of them, then I don't know, maybe the results will be somewhat similar, but like I'm not an expert on this, but like whatever I've been doing has been working, so yeah. I try to mix things up, different exercises and stuff. Sometimes I do dips and stuff like that. I think dips like work your triceps more. Yeah, Kingdale Clark does come in, but he's not been here tonight yet, so don't know where he is, but hopefully he'll show up soon, but maybe he's just having a break, so I don't know. But anyway, thank you all for the likes. Share the live if you can. We're just kind of stuck at the same number of subscribers lately. It's just not growing. It's just absolutely just flatlined. I don't know. Fuck's sake. I don't know. And then there's other people that just, their channels just blow up. I don't know. I don't know what's going on really, but maybe if I just focus more on videos, then that might help. I don't know. We just don't really seem to attract that many people here. Maybe I'm just too boring for everybody, but I know, like, what's going on? Is it because he's like an old guy who's shredded or something? That's why it attracts a lot of people. I don't even watch him anymore, so I'm like, hello, known the sudden surge and drop of views and subscribers, right? And about, yeah, just other people are getting it as well or something, or what? Because I've noticed that Jay seems to have been growing for a while now, but yeah, I had a surge for a while and then it just kind of flatlined. I was gaining 20, 30 subs a day, but now I'm lucky to gain a couple of subs every day. Just weird. And then you think, oh, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know. I don't know if it's the algorithm changed or what. I don't know. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong here. Like, I'm just trying to just do my thing, really. He had an injury using his techniques, right? What was that then? How do you get an injury using his techniques? Like, that's not good, is it? Yeah, just be careful then. You don't want to be doing that, do you? And be careful. So what was his techniques that you were using? On about the sit-ups you're talking about? I've heard some people saying that they can get injured, like neck injuries with the sit-ups, but I don't think it's anything you're doing wrong. Again, YouTube's algorithm is very strange and it's always changing. Yeah, who knows? I'm just going to try and keep going somehow. But the thing is, it's just, honestly, just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, because then I'm thinking, like, what is wrong? Is it because people are just watching all this brain rot crap and they're not actually, I know, because I was getting quite disheartened with it and in two minds to quit. But I can't be doing that, can I? I can't be just quitting on my audience, it's just, I try to build this up and, yeah, it's just like people are hardly getting notified, really. It's, but then it's pushing it out to some people, but then a lot of those people are just not sticking around. They're just kind of, yeah, oh well, it is what it is, but yeah. Have you been here before anyway? None. I hope everyone's doing well tonight. Let's get this shared out if you can, people. Because that's the only hope we have of trying to get more people in. People's attention span has decreased since the start of these short, quick videos. Oh, you have been. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it, with people, that they just can't seem to stay around very long. So yeah, you might get people just come to your live for like a few seconds and then they have to go to the next thing. Could be something called a shadow ban if YouTube picks up on stuff you're saying and doesn't like it. Yeah, I was saying that before, that could be what's happening with it. That could be being shadow banned, because I have started talking about things like on dating and stuff like that, which is not something that's, kind of the feminists would be very, kind of happy with, shall we say, because I talk about stuff that's kind of based around more of the facts of things rather than about people's feelings. And I talk about, don't get me wrong, I also say that a lot of the red pill shit is bullshit as well. It's just, the truth of the matter is that, that we should be kind of like, accept that we, both men and women have their strengths and weaknesses. And when we accept that, then we can start to unite more and try to bring our strengths out and, kind of, but the thing is that the whole feminist agenda is like, oh, we can do everything that men can and all this shit, and it's like, I just find it all a bit cringy when they try to, like do this whole boss babe thing. And they try to act like it's some kind of flex on, oh, why can't I get a partner, like I'm this strong, successful woman, and it's like, you don't realize that you're actually just shooting yourself in the foot there. Like, not only is it not helping you, but if anything, it's probably doing the opposite. Because a lot of these women have very, very high standards, and because if they're going to do this boss babe thing, then they're going to expect a man to earn even more than them. And a lot of times these women are not very feminine, so then the men don't actually want them because they just have this masculine energy about them. So things like that I talk about, that's it. It's become like more about a certain kind of category of women who just, that they're trying to use feminism to their own advantage rather than just, yeah, um, yeah, because it's like, I can agree, it's like, yeah, equal pay and all that. But then they're trying to harp on about this whole thing about gender wage gap and all this, and it's like, but when you take into account the fact that men and women tend to do different jobs, like men tend to do more dangerous jobs and just more not such glamorous kind of jobs, like they tend to do more stuff that involves kind of getting dirty and stuff that, it has to like pay a lot of money in order to incentivize people to do it. Like, you can't just pay women the same amount to do that job, because I mean, it's just, well, you could pay them with the same amount, but they have to make sure that they can actually do the job to the same degree as what a man could. For example, if they're doing, like manual labor, for example, that if they're getting, let's say, doing like heavy lifting, for example, if they're struggling to do that job, then should they get paid the same? I mean, it's just in terms of like capitalism and all that, and that they're gonna pay based on their merits. But women would tend to go into more kind of like childcare and stuff like that, which is, it's not going to be such a lucrative career choice. I mean, if they really want to, they can try to do, kind of more, sort of manly kind of jobs, if you will. But do they actually want to do that, though? A lot of them would choose to do the easier kind of jobs, or just the jobs that are, more kind of, not necessarily easier because they can be difficult in their own ways, but stuff that they'd be more suited to. Now, the thing is that you might say, well, that's unfair because then that means that there's going to be a pay gap, but then it's like, this is where, actually getting like a good husband for them, and they can actually benefit from their lifestyle. So, yeah, like for example, it'll get them into a better house, and if they, I mean, I'm not saying they should be like a gold digger, not saying that they should be looking for a man to extract a bunch of resources out of, but they can find a man who has yeah, that's something that's always existed, but things are different these days. What's this? What's this? So we're saying, hang on. I'm sure there are a few women who physically are able to do those sorts of jobs and do enjoy them. I mean, the only thing I can think of that men and women in agriculture, that's something that's always existed. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I stopped eating meat and I'm mainly eating seeds and nuts for protein, mainly sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, cashew nuts, flax seeds, and also walnuts. Do you know of any others? Yeah. Hemp seeds are good as well. They're good for omega-3s as well. But yeah, flax seeds and walnuts, great for omega-3. Walnuts are not the best in protein, they're mainly fat, but yeah. Pumpkin seeds are really good. I would say, what else is there? I mean, most nuts really, like, which other ones would be high as well? Almonds are good as well. Almonds are good for protein, I would say, yeah. Even a lot of like beans as well, like, for example, and a lot of the legumes and stuff like that. You've got like your lentils, you've got your split peas are good for protein as well. Yeah. So I'd recommend adding some of those in. You can make soup with those. You can. Hey, how you doing tonight? find it kind of expensive. Not that bad. It depends on where you get your stuff from, really. I mean, some things it might be a bit, but yeah, cashews not too bad. Don't really eat a lot of pumpkin seeds, but I suppose it depends on if you can get them in bulk, then you can get them cheaper. There will be websites where you can buy things in bulk. But if say you want to buy a lot of like your things such as lentils, they're actually quite cheap. And you might even find them cheaper at say like an Asian supermarket because you'll be able to buy them in bulk where it's like they're not going to be as expensive per say like unit, if you get me. Like it works out cheaper when you buy it in bulk. But things have changed, and it's like, and I think they're actually finding now that women are actually starting to out earn men in the lower age category. Now, I don't know if part of that's because some men have moved abroad to find a better life over there, but some men might be earning a lot of money and then providing for a woman. So, yeah, like, but it's like, the thing with the modern feminism is that they might act like they don't want to be provided for, but then they get to an age where it's like, oh no, I don't like this anymore. I don't want to be a boss babe anymore. I don't want to do this whole kind of corporate rat race bullshit. I want to, just have a guy take care of me. But then oftentimes they realize when it's too late and no guy's interested. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so that's just the problem, is that there is a biological clock. And I saw this video, was one was saying there, but the men also have a biological clock because of sperm quality. Well, thing is though, men tend to have good quality sperm well longer than a woman is fertile. So yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why women tend to choose your older men, because they can, be more established but still quite attractive to women. Whereas women, their attractive years tend to be when they're younger, because once they get into like a certain age, especially once they get past about 35, that's when they tend to start to go downhill quite rapidly. I'm not saying this to be all like kind of nasty or anything like that. I'm just saying the fact that a lot of men would just stop finding them so attractive, especially once they get to that kind of age. And some might find that it already starts to go down even at 30. But because if you look at, say, like what a woman looked like when she was in her 20s, and then you look at her when she's 40, for example, it can be quite a difference there. And it all depends on how they've been taking care of themselves throughout those years. Did they eat healthy? Did they exercise a lot? Because some of them can still look good in their older years, but like oftentimes their bad habits start to catch up with them, and combined, if they've not got the best genetics, then it's gonna lead to them just not really being desired by very many men whatsoever. Some of them start to panic because then they realize that they're hitting the wall, shall we say, that it sucks. But the thing is, they got themselves into this mess. Oftentimes they just kind of was messing around with guys, and then game over for me then, says no one. Well, how old are you then? I mean, there might be the odd person out there, but like as you get older, I see a lot of these videos. I keep seeing stuff come up actually. I keep seeing these things actually, Snapchat actually. I don't even really use that, to be honest, because it's just a bunch of annoying people on there. But and I just keep getting these Snapchat spotlight thing coming up of like some desperate women who are saying that they want a man, like they're in their 30s, 40s or whatever, and they're desperate for a man to take them or something. It's like, it's kind of sad really that, but yeah, oh, you just turned 30. Well, that's, I suppose it's not too bad, but yeah, like, but I'm seeing some of these that were like, I think it was like late 30s or something like that. And it is the way it is, I suppose. Right. So where are you from, did you say then? But it's like, it's just that you would probably have to accept a guy that's at a certain age, and maybe not at their absolute prime at a certain age. Let's say, for example, if a woman's 40 years old, she's probably not going to expect to get a guy who's 30 years old for the most part. Because the guy who's 30, he'll be going probably for a woman who's in her 20s. Oh, you're Irish. All right, top of the morning to you, Norn. So do you have red hair? A lot of those Irish people, they got red hair. You know, and they're known for their red hair. All right, Dale, what's up? Better late than never, eh? Yeah, what's up? Hope you're doing well tonight. Doesn't look like Abby's coming back. I guess she's just kind of. I think she said she was doing her steam thing or something to help with her chesty cough thing. Yeah, I'm alright. I was wondering where you were. But yeah, just in talking about the whole sort of situation with like these kind of women that are getting towards like middle aged where they start to have a bit of a realization that it's like, oh shit, I really need to try and get with somebody. And oftentimes what might happen is they end up getting with somebody that they don't even really like that much because maybe they want to have children, so they end up just getting with some random guy. Then they're like, no, because they're not attracted to him, they have their kid, and then they end up leaving his ass. So I would say for a guy, you know, do not be trying to just save one of these women because you just, I mean, the chances are they might actually just leave you out to dry because if they're only getting with you because they're desperate, because they fucked around, then you can't trust them. I didn't see you stream on I don't think it's impossible, but it's very difficult. Yeah, you have to just have realistic expectations. It's to be not really expecting too much. You have to just kind of, you know, accept that, you know, yes, unfortunately that can be the case. Yeah. Yeah, just be kind of, you know, I'm kind of accepting that maybe I'll never like actually, you know, find someone I can have a family with, and I've been even questioning whether I even want to at this point because I want to have my freedom. I want to be free to do whatever the fuck I want. Like, I don't want to be tied down to anything, and that's what I'd be afraid of if I actually had a family. Even though I'd love to have one, I'd love to have my own children. I'd love to have a couple of children, but like, I would have to do it at a point in my life where I could probably just, you know, not have to, it wouldn't be a burden to me, shall we say. I think it could be a very rewarding thing, but I don't want it to become like a burden on my life, so. But yeah, anyway, I'm trying to just kind of come to terms with the idea that maybe I will die alone and that's fine. Because there's options like people going abroad to, you know, kind of find somebody like these guys going to somewhere like Thailand or the Philippines. But oftentimes these people don't, these women are just kind of see you as like, someone with money so that they can, you know, do they actually really genuinely like you, or are they just play and pretend? I don't know. And then some of them will be trying to extract resources out of you, and it's just that's the thing. It's that, yeah. Uh, so when one hits 40, when you are officially past your prime, do you agree with this? I think it depends on each individual, really. Like, it depends on, let's say, you get late bloomers who didn't properly like make it until they get older. So maybe that's their prime. Like, that's when they start getting into their prime in some cases. But if you got your shit together when you were younger, then you could say that that's past their prime. It all depends. Depends on how well you looked after yourself. Depends where you are financially and things like that. So yeah, it's not so black and white, but yeah. Oh yeah, I wanted to change the topic up a little bit because have you heard about this freaking hot tour fucking meme coin scam thing? It's like, who the hell's falling for this crap? Yeah, it varies, yeah. Who the hell's falling for this crap, Who the hell's falling for this nonsense? They're like, people just falling for all kinds of meme scam things. It's like, what is wrong with people? Like, how are they falling for this shit? How are they so gullible that they'll put all of their life savings into a fucking meme coin? Like, this stuff's clearly a scam from the get-go. Like, there's insider trading that's like gonna just wipe it all out. The value's just gone then. Like, so it's all yeah, rug pull fucking pump and dump scheme. I know exactly. It's just fucking bullshit. Like, people putting their faith into meme coins over legitimate assets that actually have real world value. Like, it just blows my mind. Like, who the hell's putting all this money in just to lose it all? You have to be a special kind of stupid to be doing that. Just because it's this hot tour girl, it's like, yeah, but after, not long after it starts up, it's just going to become irrelevant. Once everyone's pulled out of it, then there's no value left in it. Most of these like cryptos that come out are just rug pull scams. All these tokens that, yeah, so there's no real value in any of them really. And there's a few that could be seen as like decent, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Monero, things like that are actually kind of more reputable. But these new ones that pop up out of nowhere, it's like, sounds like an excuse to sort of make more money off gullible people. Like, I just want to, like create this meme coin, and they'll say, oh yeah, so we can, help people make money. It's like, yeah, come in and, like make money with me and all this shit. It's like, no, it's just to make you money, not to help anybody else. They get these people like Jack Doherty, and then you've got these fucking young teens getting in on it now, scamming their audience. So it's just getting younger and younger people just getting in on the fucking scam, and it's just disgusting. Like, yeah, it just, I think an example needs to be made out of somebody. Hopefully something good will come of this, and these people will be held to account for the scam, that because there's been literally like I think billions of dollars thrown at these things in total. So it's a lot of money. It's not some small fry thing. It's help her. Such yes. What you mean? What help? Help! I need somebody. Help! Not just anybody. Help! Yeah, it's like that Beatles song, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, what's up, everybody? Hope you've all had a good day today. Help young people make money from cryptocurrency. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, about, I don't know what their whole thing was. I just remember they would say, oh yeah, let's blow this cryptocurrency up. But yeah, they don't care about anybody else. It's all just, they can't tell their audience that they're going to rug pull it, because then no one's going to invest in it if they say, oh, I'm just doing this for my own kind of sake to make money, because then no one else is going to benefit from it then, are they? Yeah, it's all a scam, all this crypto shit, most of it. Like I said, there's a few genuine ones. You've got Bitcoin, but I think they're just too speculative, I would say. But I wouldn't put all of my money into that. Maybe you could put a bit of money into it, but things like stocks and shares can be a good long-term strategy. But it's just, you get these people investing in things like fine art, which is more speculative, and it's like, I don't know, it's the higher the reward, the higher the risk. PayPal offer you the option of investing in cryptocurrency. Yeah, I've heard about PayPal doing cryptocurrency now, but I had to do a double take when I first seen it. What do you mean? You had to do a double take? I mean, there's like crypto staking, that could be a good idea, but like, like, what is it? Was it USDT? Which is not like PayPal, yeah. Yeah. USDT staking, or whichever one, Tether it's called. It's a stable coin. It's backed by the US dollar. So let's have a look and see US dollar. That's no USDT. Let's have a look at to USD. See if it's still around the same price. It should be, but it's usually about the same. Let's go on to coin market cap, whatever it's called. Is it coin? Whatever it's called. Coin market cap. But the idea of stable coins, it's 1.00 right now, so it does fluctuate a little bit, but it's generally quite stable. That's the idea anyway, that it stays roughly at around $1, the value of it. So if you invest in that, let's say you do it through Coinbase or whatever they do, Nexo. Remember there was one on Nexo for like 14% a year. So that could be potentially a good investment to look into. But yeah, like I said, stocks and shares as well as an option, but I don't know much about, and to be fully honest, I have no interest in it. It's never going to be a real currency. Yeah, it's just about kind of, like speculation is crypto, but staking is kind of like, it's kind of like investing in a way. It's kind of like investing in the stock market is how I see it. It's crypto staking. It's where you get like a kind of dividends, like APY kind of thing. You're getting yields on your currency. Another option is peer-to-peer lending. That's another way to make some passive income, but just be careful before doing that. Make sure it's a reputable company. I think peer-to-peer lending might not be the best. It's not the best rates, I don't think, but you'd have to look into it. But yeah, just maybe it's good to have a few different things there. Have investments in a few different things, whether that be stake in stable coins or even gold and silver, maybe a little bit, maybe some stocks and shares. The more diverse your portfolio is, then the more it kind of, the less risky it is, I would say. You might as well just be using Monopoly money then. Okay. Yeah, it's just like, like some people, they know how to kind of trade proper. But yeah, people use it for like trading and stuff. Like, I suppose like if you have faith in Bitcoin, for example, then there's a potential benefit that it can rise up in value, but then it can easily just come down in value. Those that get in at a lower price, they can gain quite a bit. Like those that got in when it was at, say, 30k, 40k, and now it's at like nearly 100k. They've pretty much like tripled their investment. Like say they put in 10k into crypto, they might now be at like 30k. And those that got in really early, let's say they got in a few years ago when it was at only like 20k, they might be like nearly 5x in their money. So yeah, it's that's what it is. I think my dad was saying that his friend, I think, he was going to invest in crypto, but then this was quite a few years ago, but he decided against it. But the thing is, if he'd have put money into it, then he could have been a millionaire. So it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, but I suppose you would never have really known if it would take off. It's kind of a Ponzi scheme in a way where people have to lose in order for people to gain from it. It's kind of how I see it. Like if everybody pulled their money out, then it's just gonna decrease its value. The only value it has is that people have investments in it. So I understand people saying that it's not really a very trustworthy investment. It's not got any real world value. Like it's just. But yeah, there's starting to be places that accept it, I've heard, but once it becomes more like legal tender, then something that people could take seriously more. But, you get the old shop that might take Bitcoin. But yeah, until it becomes more of a mainstream thing, then yeah, how your exercise is going? Not too bad, thank you. How you doing anyway? But yeah, just yeah, so figure out what the best sort of investment is. I was thinking a while ago about starting up selling like food on like a stall or something like that, but I don't know how I'd even get set up with something like that. I could try and get like some people to work for me and stuff, but literally just sell the plan would be to sell maybe a mixture of like healthy foods and stuff. It's good to see you. Glad you're keeping going. Yeah, I'm probably just going to do it once a day though, because it gets too much if I do it more. But yeah, I could try and sell like fruit and veg. But you could also sell like. I was actually thinking of an idea a while ago that I could do like food delivery, basically like selling fresh food straight to people's doors. But is it really practical? If I knew enough people that, I guess if I knew enough people that could that would want food delivered to them, I guess, then it could possibly work. But then I would be kind of tied to the location, so that then I'd have to hire somebody else to do it. But yeah, because I thought it'd be great to have like a food delivery service that sends healthy food rather than all this processed nonsense. To be sending fruit and veg to people's doors instead of getting takeaways to people's doors. So people could just zip around on their bikes and send it. So it kind of be like, when people do like Deliveroo and things like that, but the problem is that with things like that, then they're taking a cut of the earnings, aren't they? Yeah, it turns out you don't actually need any of that. I mean, I was talking to someone a while ago and they said you don't actually need a certificate, and it's not actually a requirement by law, but I mean, it could help to like, yeah, it is quick to do, but I'm not saying I'm gonna do this necessarily. It's just, but I was thinking about the practicality of it. Where would I store everything? So it wouldn't even be practical unless I did a stall where I just sold it like that. Maybe that could work, but the problem is there's a lot of people already doing things like that. So you're in competition with other people, and unless you can stand out, either your prices are lower or you're doing something in some way that the competition isn't doing it. And yeah, anyway, well, so you need a license. Yeah, you need that. What is it? What do you mean license to sell? I mean, like, I don't really understand why you would need a license to sell. It's like your livelihood, isn't it? It's your some bullshit that like. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Yeah, like it's like how you get things like planning permission and all this kind of crap, and it's like, fucking hell, like it's just they make it so kind of hard for people to get started in some ways. Like they can't just let people just kind of. I understand that, with things like health and safety, but like. But it's like, I don't know. There's a lot of things that I think go a bit too far when it comes to regulations on people's businesses and all that. Some do require a license, but not all the time. What do you mean? What do you mean, certain businesses or what? The thing is, my focus is on doing like, what is it? My focus would be doing, what is it? The busking stuff. Maybe at some point I could set up an online store. Actually, that would probably be better, because as things are getting more digital, doing an online store might actually be better. You could just like go to frickin' like food suppliers, and then what you would do is just, yeah, as you start to get like customers, then you could do that. So I could just pay someone to make a website, because I don't really do any of that stuff. But yeah, it depends what you're selling, right? I don't really get it. Is it to do with like, because you're buying it from somebody that is able to sell it to you. So all you're doing is you're just the middleman between, let's say, the cash and carry, and then the customer. You're just taking commission, basically. I was thinking about maybe coming out with a supplement at some point, perhaps. That could be an idea for the future. Maybe it could be some kind of protein powder or something like that that people might want to buy. Even though I don't take that stuff myself, but I know there's a lot of people that do protein powders, and it's like, if they buy it from me instead, then I'm getting, so that if they want to support me, then they buy it from me, then, because that might be better than, say, doing like an affiliate program, is actually making your own product, because then you get all the profit then. Well, if you get to a point with your audience where you can just start to sell your own products instead of being a partner with somebody else's, then you can, yeah, if you get me. So that's something in the future I'd have to, look at what kind of crap you would have to go through. Because I'd rather do that than be sponsored by something that I don't believe in. Oftentimes a lot of these sponsors are just dodgy as hell. I'd rather come out with my own stuff. Then I get all the profit from that, and I'm selling something I genuinely believe in. And sometimes you can believe in some of the stuff that with these sponsors, but oftentimes these people are just hyping them up too much because they're not really that good. It's like there's this thing called athletic greens, and it's like AG1. It's like you're probably better off having a multivitamin if you need the vitamins, and you're better off maybe doing that instead of, because a lot of this stuff is not actually that good for you. I mean, it's good, but it's like, it's not well formulated. So if I was to come out with a product, I'd have to make sure it's well formulated with different things in it, like with different, like for example, if I came out with a pre-workout or something, and then I'd have to make sure it's well formulated to make sure, to optimize performance, but not get you too wired to where you're, that it's not healthy. So you have to balance everything out correctly, get the right balance of ingredients. At least with your own stuff, you know what you're selling, advertising to the public. Yeah, exactly. Because you just go and actually like get it manufactured yourself. Like a lot of these companies will cut corners to sell things. Like a lot of the times also they have proprietary blends of things where they don't have to, I was thinking about this, they don't actually have to legally disclose their ingredients, what they have in these things, to like they can just get away with, all they have to do is say like main ingredient, then the second ingredient, third ingredient. They have less and less quantities, but you don't exactly know how much they have of a lot of these things in them. They don't have to actually say. And they could just be, giving you expensive pee, basically. That's oftentimes what they do, is that these really overpriced products, oh, it's a green supplement, it's got matcha tea, it's got whatever in it, green tea or whatever like crap it's got in it, spirulina, chlorella, but how much of these things does it actually have in it? It might just have like 1 gram of it per 100 grams or something, and you think you're getting some really great supplement. It could just be, not really that healthy for you. I mean, it might be good in a way, but not what it's hyped up to be. But yeah, that's the thing. A lot of this stuff you don't even know like really what's in it, unless you're promoting something like, I don't know, Like some people might promote things like red light therapy, for example. If you know like what it is and if you find that it works for you, then yeah, I don't see anything wrong with promoting that. I don't think people should necessarily be promoting things that they haven't tried themselves or can vouch for it, that they've seen people benefit from it. If they see the reviews and say, it's really good, that they're not affiliated with it. Because the thing is, a lot of these people try to give good reviews for things because they're affiliated with it. You got to be careful about that. That someone might just be saying something's good because they're affiliated with it. Yeah, chlorella is supposed to be good for you, isn't it? And spirulina, but yeah. Yeah, those are supposed to be like superfoods, aren't they? Like, I've heard, what is it? Water lentils are supposed to be really good as well. Or it's called duckweed as well. It's said to be like almost like a complete nutrition source. Yeah, so but yeah, there's a lot of these things that like claims on it, and it's like, yeah, really. Like you get a lot of these smoothies and stuff. Oftentimes they're not necessarily that good for you. But yeah, it's said to be about 20 to 35% protein, so that's like dry weight. So I remember this guy came out with a protein powder that was mainly made out of, I think it was duckweed protein mixed with like pea protein. There was this thing where they said that it could be a source of vitamin B12. Other products and people eat up that bullshit, I know. Yeah, what's that? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I'm just having a look at the nutritional benefits. But it said that it might be a source of B12, but there's been some debate on that. Because a while ago they didn't do I think you need to do it in vivo. Anyway, let's have a look. Because it was said that duckweed and like B12 producing bacteria might have some symbiotic relationship with each other, and that's how it might be found inside duckweed. Because plants don't actually use B12, probably because they don't have blood in them or anything. They just, because I know like B12 is used to make red blood cells, I think. So with like plants, they're completely different systems. So it has no use in plants. That's why it's not generally found in plants, unless you get like plants that have been in dirt. Like for example, like mushrooms tend to have B12 on them, some of them, because they're in like dirt that's containing B12. So yeah, that could be a source of B12 from like plants. So people are like, not wanting to like eat meat and dairy and things like that for whatever reason, and that could potentially be a source. But yeah, there's actually a supplement you can take that's, I think it was shiitake mushrooms or something that come from, but yeah, B12 would have been found a lot in soils that are contaminated with bacteria. But a lot of things are more like sterilized now, so it's not as present as it used to be. So there's this kind of like myth that B12 wouldn't be, that we wouldn't be able to get B12 from plants or anything like that. So you would have to get it from animals, but maybe that's not the case. I guess someone would have to try and check their B12 levels and see if that actually works. There's this supplement that from shiitake mushroom. It's probably from the dirt, because mushrooms tend to get dirt on them. You notice when you buy the mushrooms, there's like bits of soil on them. It's probably from the bits of dirt that are contaminated with B12. So yeah. Anyway, hope everyone's doing well tonight. I'm gonna probably get off here soon. Yeah. Is everybody alright? It's not a lot going on here now. Everyone seems to have gone quiet. Probably get off here soon. If you have any more questions, put them in the chat. Everyone seems to have left me now. What is going on? Hello, people. Is everybody alright? I kind of just went on a bit of a tangent there, but yeah. Alright. Okay, well, I guess people just kind of stopped talking, so. Oh, yeah, my mum's still there. But yeah. What do you recommend a good supplement? I've been taking creatine for a while, but it's said to not only be good for your muscles and all that, but it's actually good for your brain, because your brain has creatine. It actually can respond to creatine. So not everyone's going to respond the same to creatine, but it might be worth trying it out for a while just to get yourself some of that, and it can lead to some improvements in brain performance. It's said to help delay the onset of neurodegenerative diseases and things like that. So yeah, there's also a thing called methylene blue I've been looking into if you have any issues there with brain fog, or it's also said to help with mitochondrial dysfunction, to help you give you more energy. It's said to help people with who struggle with breathing, and it can help get them more energy. I think they found like when they took them to like a high altitude where there wasn't as much oxygen, that they found it a lot easier to acclimatize to it because they were able to get some energy from the methylene blue that they actually. It was something about the electron transport chain. There's all kind of other science behind it, but yeah, methylene blue is actually the pigment found in blue jeans. I find it hard to focus during the day, especially after a burnout of energy. Yeah, so that methylene blue might be useful for that actually. If you find yourself, let's have a look at methylene blue, but make sure you get a reputable one. Also, maybe possibly Irish sea moss might be a good option. In fact, you could get Irish sea moss, bladderwrack, and burdock to get all 102 minerals that the body needs. So yeah, methylene blue for focus. I'm sure I've seen it possibly being good for people with like ADHD and focus issues. So never heard of it. Yeah, it's a thing called Irish sea moss. It has 92 out of the 102 minerals that the body needs apparently. So I'm not exactly sure if that's true, but that's something to look into. But I remember talking with someone and they said that they didn't really feel any benefit, maybe because they were already getting it from the diet. So if your diet is already quite healthy, then you might not get any benefit from adding that in. Because in some cases, supplements are just not going to benefit you in any way, depending on your lifestyle. So it says here, helps sharpen focus and concentration by optimizing neuron efficiency to both transmit signals and detoxify. Methylene blue helps sharpen focus and concentration, allowing for longer periods of sustained mental effort before fatigue sets in. My diet tends to fluctuate. Yeah, so it might be good to add some of these things in. So, but yeah, methylene blue is. Let's have a look. 5 benefits of methylene blue and for enhanced brain function. But it's not just good for your brain, but it can also help with like. I've heard it could possibly help with things like fibromyalgia. So that's something that my mum has, but I'm wondering if maybe she can benefit from taking that. So yeah. Here we go. Enhances brain energy. Improves memory, reduces brain fog, boosts focus and concentration, protects brain cells. For a period of time, I will eat intuitively and have a good, consistent food intake. Yeah. Going to order it when get paid. Right. Yeah. They said to kind of like titrate up with it. Like, don't just try and take loads right away, because you need to make sure that you're not overdoing it right away, because I've heard that if you take too much with the methylene blue, it can cause problems. Also, see what medication you're taking and see if, because I've heard it can really be not a good idea to take methylene blue with certain medications, so just be careful with that. Unfortunately, I have some days where I eat little to nothing at all. Yeah, that's not really good, is it? But some people find that that's okay for them. It depends on, like, if they're eating enough to make up for it on the other days, then it could just be seen as more of like a fasted in day. But the problem is, if you like don't eat enough one day, then the argument is that if you're not getting enough protein, then that can lead to muscle loss over time, especially as you get older, because as you get older, protein requirements actually go up because your body doesn't respond as well to protein, and you have to eat more protein to get the same kind of level of muscle protein synthesis. Very hard. It's very hard to get back into eating well again, and I feel the physical and mental ramifications of it. Yeah, maybe try having more liquid calories than just maybe make yourself a smoothie with. You could add some fruit into it, and yeah, something like that. You could to get some quick energy down without it being too bad for you, really. So, have you tried the plant-based yogurt? So yeah, I did a while ago, but yeah, I don't really eat yogurt. That's just the problem is a lot of the time they add like a lot of sugar in them, and yeah. Hello, Abby, welcome back. How are you feeling now? Are you any better? So yeah, a lot of these yogurts are not. Yeah, you could get like a plate and yogurt and just like put fruit in it or something like that, but that might be an option. You could put berries in it. You could put whatever. Hope everybody's had a blessed day. Yeah, welcome in. But yeah, we're just talking about like supplements and things like that. Maybe it's something I could do at some point. It could be an idea. Start selling my own supplements. Do like what freaking Coach Greg's doing. Buy my freaking cookbook! My supplements! Buy my friggin' testosterone! I recently read an article that discussed how porridge oats are now the leading cause for obesity. Really? Oats are supposed to be quite good for you. Maybe if it's like instant oats, then that might be not very good. I mean, I just had some like oats earlier actually as a porridge. I mean, yeah. It's mainly just like if you're eating too many calories, then you're gonna put weight on. But it's said to help with like kind of slow release energy. Hello, Toaster. How you doing? It's just a lot of the times these articles are not necessarily trustworthy, but how is porridge oats the leading cause of obesity? Wouldn't that be like fucking greasy foods and stuff? I mean, I would have thought that they would be worse. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I would have thought that things like fucking KFC and McDonald's would be the biggest culprits, really, but apparently it's, yeah, porridge oats, really. I mean, if it's like the instant oats, like they usually add a bunch of sugar in that. I suppose it depends on if they add like syrup in their porridge. Like if they add in like golden syrup or whatever, and I mean, there could be some argument for that. I don't know, but I don't think it's the oats themselves that would be the problem. I think also you have to bear in mind some of these articles are written by journalists who have biased opinions. Yeah, it might be one of these freaking keto diet people. You can't always trust it. Like when they try to demonize carbs and say that they're bad for you, and it's like, so their word is not to be taken too seriously. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the syrup is the worst. Yeah, definitely. It's probably like it's probably not the oats themselves. Like, what you're probably best off doing is put in oats, and then instead of putting syrup in it, maybe put some fruit in it, or maybe dried fruit. Maybe you could put apricots, something like that in it. It is addictive because the added sugars. Yeah. Now most people aren't going to have oats by themselves, but for a lot of people, they're probably going to find oats are quite filling. So you're probably not going to be overeating on it unless you're adding a bunch of sugar in it. So I think, oh yeah, porridge and cinnamon. Oh yeah, yeah, you could do like apple and cinnamon. I've tried that before, apple and cinnamon porridge. But yeah, you need to like actually. I should have probably tried to cook the apple down more to, kind of soften it. You could probably put apple sauce in it as well, but you want to make sure you get one that's not got added sugar in it, because a lot of the apple sauces that you get have added sugar in them and not very healthy. But yeah, but like you said, there's a lot of biases with a lot of it. Hello, Remy S, how you doing? A lot of these journalists have biases. It's like you get these things like Healthline, for example, and a lot of these journalists have biases. You can't always trust them. You might think, oh, Healthline, it seems like, like it's a authoritative site, but like you said, they're not necessarily going to be 100% honest. I don't watch football now. Do you? It's like you've got people trying to gaslight people saying, oh, steroids aren't that bad for you and all that. So, what's your opinion on nut butter spreads, e.g., almond, cashew, peanut, etc.? I don't think there's anything wrong with them if you can burn it off. If you find that you gain weight on it quite easily, then I would probably minimize it. But if you're trying to put healthy weight on it, can be a good way to do that. Good source of protein, good source of healthy fats. So yeah, if you're trying to bulk up and add a bit of muscle on, and it can be good to get those extra calories in as well as the extra protein. So, but some people might find that it just makes them fat. So it depends on each person. If you've got a fast metabolism or a slow metabolism, I think your diet should depend on your metabolism, really. If you've got a fast metabolism, try to focus on, get a bit more fat in, but still try to get enough carbs as well, but maybe have a bit of a higher fat intake. But also, if you have a slower metabolism, then try to, limit your, I'm not saying you should necessarily completely limit your fats, just try to get enough of like healthy fats, but everyone's different. Gotta find what works for you. But yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah. Yeah, palm oil's not necessarily very good for you. You've got like things like palm oil, and coconut oil I've also heard might not be very good for you either because of the amount of saturated fat. But I've heard that it's not as bad as some things. Like there's things like trans fats; those are the absolute worst. Yeah, so yeah, trans fats and hydrogenated fats; those are like the worst. Alright, what shall I do now? Might do some more exercises, I don't know. I'm gonna do a weighted plank. Yeah, for me, I try to, add a quite high amount of fat into my diet, but I also eat a lot of carbs as well, but I watch football, I support Arsenal. All right. Yeah, I don't bother with that stuff, to be honest. When I was pregnant with you, I used to throw up processed foods, especially. I had to live on very bland foods, but it was very healthy food. All right. What's that then? You look like your dad from that angle. All right. Fuck. Just make it quite a bit more difficult when you add the weight on. So yeah. So you're not gonna be able to go for quite as long, and I probably could have gone a bit longer, but yeah. But you'll get more bang for your buck when you add more weight to it. Because the other day I did like just a regular plank for 2.5 minutes. Tottenham versus Chelsea match. No, I don't bother with any of that stuff, to be honest. I'm not into like all these competitive sports. Doesn't interest me one bit. How are you still there? But like I said, I think a lot of foods, it's not necessarily good for you or bad for you. It's just, are you still there? Yeah. That if you can moderate it, then you can, yeah, fit it into your macro budget, then it's not necessarily bad for you. But there is certain foods like processed foods that are bad for you, that like refined sugar, for example. Because you get people who are, relatively healthy weight, healthy BMI, but they're pre-diabetic or diabetic because of their terrible diet, or they might still have a relatively high cholesterol level despite eating in moderation, because they're eating the wrong kind of foods. So yeah, it's about kind of cutting out processed food mainly, and just trying to find a diet that works for you with your needs, whether you need to eat a relatively low amount of food or a high amount of food. So yeah, how am I doing? Not too bad, thank you. How are you doing? Well, I eat, quite a lot of food, 4,000 calories a day, if not more on most days. Yeah. Hello, Squirrel. How you doing? All right, got a few more people in here now. Yeah, how are we all doing tonight, people? Hope you've all had a good day. To do with you what you mean. I think moderation is something some people struggle the most with. Yeah. So this is why you need to find food that you can eat a lot of, and without it getting like fattening, basically. So, for example, you'll see these like visuals of what 100 calories of a certain kind of food looks like versus another kind of food, to give you an idea that, for example, if you had salads and then like you could try and find low calorie dressings like vinegar dressings and things like that, lemon or whatever you, and to make it actually taste of zing and actually be able to help you to adhere to it, so it's not so boring. So that's a tip I would suggest. So um, keep so much, sorry, keep food to your latitude, not so much longitude. What you mean? Um, they keep something up for a while and then they plateau. Right. This is where you need to find balance with it. I think the problem is when people try to crash diet, that's why they can't make progress in the long term. Oftentimes they will bounce back. Yeah, it's about slow incremental changes to your lifestyle instead of just trying to rush things. It's like they're trying to speed run dieting. You know, that's what kind of. So I might make another video about this at some point about yeah, yeah. Thank you, Susanna. Yeah, about like you're on about like the region specific diets and all that. Squirrel Sniper is a real person. I've met him from like many years ago. So yeah, you're wrong there. But yeah, Squirrel's somebody that's been around for many years. Eat local, not foods from distant places. You're not from there. Goes with terrain theory, right? Yeah, I get what you're saying, but yeah, it's good to explore different food though from different countries. I think if you can tolerate it, then I don't see why not. But maybe it's optimal to eat from your own country, but it's nice to explore like tropical fruit and things like that. Fair enough. Yeah. Squirrel's legit. But yeah, yeah. He does. What was it? He's a tree. What's it called? Tree fellow. Oh yeah, you take not none. Out of all the countries, Scotland has the worst food. Let's be real. I think the UK in general, the food is not great. The local food, like, was it freaking jelly deals? I mean, what the hell? Sounds disgusting. Fucking black puddings. Are you kidding me? Like, what the hell? Haggis. That's Scotland's known for, isn't it? Haggis, yeah. But anyway, hope everyone's doing well. So I'm probably gonna wrap this up in a couple of minutes. A big YouTuber came to Glasgow and only tried a deep fried Mozbot. All right, goodness. Yeah. That's the thing is sometimes people jump to conclusions too quickly, and it's not necessarily the case all the time. I notice he does that a lot. Where yeah, just I understand can be quite cynical, but yeah, not everybody's a troll. We do get a lot though, but yeah. I'm gonna do a few. Hang on, I might do a few overhead tricep extensions. Do the other side now. Yeah, good stretch from the triceps. Anyway, yeah, you take care, squirrel. Thank you for the likes, everybody. Yeah. I did the, whatever you call it, like the leg curl exercise for the biceps as well. So I just use a towel for this. And yeah, what we do is I'm just gonna like curl up like that. And to make it a bit more difficult, you can actually try and squeeze the bicep as you're doing it. Focusing on that mind muscle connection. Alright. Who's still here? So just use whatever equipment you've got, really. There isn't really any excuses, just use whatever you can find. Maybe a bag of weights or something, just put some, I don't know, tins of food in it or something. Do some squats with it. But yeah, I feel like my biceps have got a bit of a pump now from that. Like I said, trying to squeeze can help get more tension in the biceps. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. So who's still here then? I don't know who's still watching, but yeah. This is my arms now. Looking pumped up. Do a bit of a flex. Yeah, that's it. Just making those gains in it. Yeah. I might do a few tricep dips, and then a few more of the biceps. So kind of just supersetting it basically. So do. So I was saying to try and do it more narrow. Ugh. Yeah. And then a few more of these. Oh yeah, the definition. Yeah, yeah. Just show it again. You can see the because I've worked it. You can see the bit of a vein there. Look, the bicep vein. When I flex, you can see it more, but yeah. So yeah, that's progress. Anyway, any more questions? I'm gonna get going in a minute. Seems to have gone pretty quickly tonight, so yeah. Well, thank you all for hanging out. I should be back tomorrow night, so yeah, I'm gonna try and get some more videos out soon. So yeah, check out my last video if you haven't already. Don't know if you've seen that, Dale, but yeah, I've got a new video out. Just talking about not going anywhere expensive for a first date. So it's just kind of like an advice video, but yeah, I think I'm gonna make more of these kind of videos, like advice related stuff, because I think it's important for certain people to see, so people don't make stupid mistakes, simping and doing bullshit like that. So it ain't gonna do you any good. Yeah. So everybody enjoy the rest of your night. I shall see you all tomorrow. All right, peace out. Bye.